a sign of things to come. Alonso with the Mets, 260 hitter, 53 homers, 120 RBIs, not eligible for arbitration until 2022, scheduled to be a free agent after the 2024 season. He's projected to be once again one of the top power hitters, averaging 40 homers, 100 RBIs. So the Mets' decision to give him this 1 year, $652,000 contract, the Mets believe will be incentive for Alonso to go out and, as Steely Dan said, you better get back, Jack, and do it again. Let's see what Alonso, can he do it again or come close to it in 2020? Chris Sale, an update, elbow problems. He will resume his throwing schedule. Here you go. Ron Renicky says, quote, when he is absolutely pain-free, end of quote. That is hilarious. Okay, so I wake up this morning. I'm not quite pain-free all the way. I got a little nagging thing in my back going on. And so because of that, I don't think I'll throw today if my name was Chris Sale. When he is absolutely pain-free, no hurt anywhere. Oh, come on. Now that's Ron Renicky talking. He also said the earliest Sale will throw is on Saturday or it could be Sunday, and it all depends on how the left-hander is feeling in his recovery. Well, I can tell you, if he's going to wait till he's absolutely pain-free, he's never going to resume his schedule. Diagnosed with a flexor strain in his elbow, he was supposed to be reevaluated in 10 to 14 days. He has been. It doesn't appear to be, at least on records, long-term, but I'm scared to death anytime I hear about Chris Sale and an elbow. I just am. Betances. Dylan Betances. Former New York Yankee great, now New York Mets great. He made his second Grapefruit League, I can't get it out right, yesterday against the Cardinals. And in just one inning, he gave up no hits, one walk, and 3 flyouts. Now, his fastball was only clocked as high as 91. And that's concerning, but that is 1 mile an hour up from his prior outing. So instead of feeling concerned, you feel a little bit of relief, because the goal is here with these relievers is to stretch them out really good and have the miles per hour on the gun gradually go up. Well, it went 1 mile or 1 tick up from the last time Betances was out. So he had his shoulder injury last year. He had his Achilles injury last year. He only played in 1 game last year for the Yankees. And now he's ready to start the 2020 season as a setup man for Edwin Diaz. That Met bullpen, I'm telling you, it could really be out of sight. And Dylan Betances is a huge part of that. So what about Jacob deGrom? Arguably the best starting pitcher in the National League. Yesterday, what did he do, Arnie? Well, he threw 4 solid innings on Wednesday against the Cardinals. And in that span, he struck out the first 10. You ready for this? He retired the first 10 batters he faced in order. He finished the day allowing only 1 hit, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts in 4 innings of work, and he lowered his spring ERA in the process to 1.29. Wow! deGrom, National League Cy Young Award winner, of course. He went 11-8, a 2.43 ERA, an 0.97 WHIP, a 255 strikeouts, and only 204 innings pitched. Those numbers just sound phenomenal, don't they? He's currently, I think, the second pitcher off the board. He could be first, an ADP of somewhere between 8 to 10. So who's a better pick in fantasy this year? Jake deGrom or Garrett Cole? Oh, gosh. If it were easy, anybody could answer it, right? So who do you rather have, deGrom or Cole? Do you pick one of those players in the first round? Sure. How high do they get picked? How high are they drafted? Are they drafted number 1 overall, number 2, 3, 5, 8? I don't know. Tell me. Where do you think you draft these guys? the Coles and the DeGroms. Let's talk about some med hitting. Let's talk about some positive first. And how about J.D. Davis, infielder, outfielder, his first home run of the spring on Wednesday against the Cardinals. Now, he had been out with a jammed left shoulder, but all signs now point to him being ready by opening day. And the Mets are going to try to get into the order any way and every way they can. His current ADP, 173. So let's use our brains and let's figure out a way to draft J.D. Davis a little higher than 173, because if that's what the competition in your league is going after him at, he can be gotten a little bit early, maybe a round earlier, and produce really worthy numbers in that position. Michael Conforto, sad news, has a grade 1 oblique strain. Wow. There's no timetable for his recovery. A good chance he'll begin the season on the injured list. So it'll be interesting to see where Conforto goes in drafts. Interesting to see how he recovers from this injury most of all and provides thump in the middle of that Mets order. And can we say enough about Michael Kopech and the projection for him this year? You know, I know he was out last year with TJ surgery. This week, he started 23-year-old through 11 pitches that hit over 100 miles an hour on 6 of them. He was a top pitching prospect, Kopech, who came over to the White Sox in the Sale trade. Great upside potential, very high ceiling, and it's just a matter of not if, but when he's called up to the major leagues this season. That's how I see it. Have you noticed how spring training sometimes, guys, brings out the competitor in all of us? So let's pretend for a minute you're the starting, shortstop, for the Brewers, just hypothetically. And let's just say that your name happens to be Orlando Arcia. I'm just giving some names, putting them with towns, just to get a visual, right? And he knows there are other players on the team threatening for his job, and so this spring he's out there hitting .304 with 5 home runs as he tries to hold off Luis Urias for the starting shortstop job. Sometimes that's what spring training is about. It's about a competition and the cream rising to the top. And has it finally started to surface for Orlando Arcia? I tell you another guy who is really thumping this spring. We don't say this name enough in a positive way much anymore, but it's Chris Davis with a C, Baltimore Oriole first baseman, who is batting an just unheard of .538 with an OPS 1.231. He has 3 homers. Just incredible what Chris Davis is doing this spring. Remember, last year he had an 0 for 54 stretch. That's right. In 2019, there was a stretch of 54 at-bats where Chris Davis went 0 for 54. Now, he's soon going to be 34 years old. He has a career-high 47 homers back in 2015, but has gone down so fast in the past few years, hitting under 200 each of the last 2 seasons. Why is he wanting this opportunity with Baltimore? Because it's finally starting to click. .538 average, are you kidding me? 1.231 OPS, are you kidding me? And he's 34. And he can still play at a very high level. Let's end it with that today. Chris Davis is just a good example of why you need players like him in the major leagues. They struggle, but then it seems to hopefully get better. Hope springs eternal. And Chris Davis, he's a great example of that, right? Oh, man, if he can let this roll over to the regular season to some degree, Comeback Player of the Year 2020. That's it. And this is it for our show. Thank you for being with me today. Chat room, thank you again so much. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you being with me. I want everyone to go out today and have a great day. Watch some baseball. Go to some games. There's nothing like breathing the air, smelling it, hearing it, and being part of it. And that's what we're about here at this network. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. I'll be back on Monday with more fantasy sports. Good morning, everybody. Welcome.